The most important thing when it comes to selling your car is the photos. You could be thousands of dollars ahead if you do it correctly, resulting in more interest in the car, less people time wasting you, less people asking you a million questions, and maximizing the deal. This is perfect for if you're selling your car or if you're looking to buy and sell cars to make money. I'm George and I've been a professional photographer for over 15 years, working in automotive. I've done weddings, real estate, fashion, nightclub, and I've also flipped a ton of cars, making thousands of dollars using these tips. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can use your phone to maximize your photography results, the importance of presenting and detailing the car properly, examples of what to avoid if possible, taking the actual photos, lighting tips, composition tips, and then a few short tips about listing it online that could literally make you thousands of dollars extra. So stay tuned and let's get into it. The most effective piece of equipment you can use to take your photos is your phone. Whether you have an iPhone or an Android phone, it's perfect for the job. And one of the biggest things that people overlook is actually wiping down the lens. So just grab your t-shirt and make sure your lenses are clean before taking any photos. But more importantly, we need to make sure the car is presented properly. So here's a few quick detailing tips. If possible, give your car a good wash, let it dry off, clean the wheels properly, spray on some tire shine. You can even use some old oil on the tires just to make them dark black again. With the interior, make sure you remove all your personal items and rubbish. Vacuum the seats, vacuum the carpets, getting rid of all the crumbs if necessary. Wipe down the dash with some interior protectant. If you can't afford that, just mix some dishwashing liquid in some water and use a rag. This will go a long way when it comes to the interior photos and making the perceived value of your car higher. Remove any stickers or personalization to the vehicle. You can use a razor blade or a bit of elbow grease. Use some window cleaner to make sure you clean the windows inside and out. It's not just about making the photos look good, but you want the car to look clean when the buyer comes to view it. And if you have it looking ready for pickup and depersonalized, that's way more appealing than a car that's full of rubbish, crumbs, germs, and it might just make that buyer pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars extra. If you do have blemishes in the paint, like scratches or scrapes, consider heading down to Autobarn. Tell them your car's paint code, which can be either found in the owner's manual, inside the door jambs, or in the bonnet will tell you the paint code, or you can look it up online, and will make you up either a spray can or a touch-up brush where you can go around the car and just touch up little chips and blemishes that devalue the car and don't look good in person or the photos. If you do have more major dents and stuff, consider heading to a wreckers and finding that part of the car in the same color. If it's a hang-on panel you're in luck, such as a door or a boot lid or a bonnet, and you might pay a couple $100 to replace that panel. But if that's not for you, all good, just work with what you got. If you can, soap up, degrease and high pressure wash the engine bay just to get rid of any dirt or grime, as this helps the car look overall way more appealing. It might take you a day to get the car ready, but if you can get $500 to $1,000 more because you did this, is it worth it? That's up to you to decide. Clean all your stuff out of the boot of the car, give it a good thorough vacuum, as when the buyer comes to have a look, they'll want to check and see what it looks like in there. And remember to clean things like behind the fuel cap and inside the door jambs for even more appealing look. Put as much time and effort as possible into the detailing of the car, because this goes a long way, and it also shows the buyer that you have some level of care, which will equal more money for you. Key things to avoid when you're doing your photos. Night photos with a flash. This could kind of show that you're desperate to get the car up online and make some money. Having a big bright flash on the car is going to highlight defects and dirt, and most people are going to wonder why you took the photos at midnight with a flash. Why couldn't you just take them during the day? Of the exterior of the car, try not to take photos that are too close unless you're trying to show some kind of detailing or accent of the car or damage. Make sure you show the whole car in the photo and you're not cropping any of it off. Don't take photos of your car when it's wet after a wash. This can look dishonest, as the car will look glossy while it's wet, and then when it dries your paint could be faded. Yes, it does look better when it's wet, but it's not an honest representation of the car when it's wet, so let it dry before doing the photos. If your car is down the side of your house or in the garage, get a mate to help you push it out into the driveway where you can take photos all around the car from a little bit of a distance. This will look so much more appealing and go a long way. If it's a project though, and it's stuck in the garage, try to remove as many things off it as possible, as the buyer is going to want to see as much information about panel dents and condition of the car as possible. Maybe you can't be bothered, but doing this kind of thing could either help you sell it quicker and for more money. Don't use an interior shot as the main photo online. A lot of people want to recognize the car straight away, and a lot of people can't tell what a car is just off an interior photo. So try to choose either a front side shot or a back side shot, whichever photo you think is going to increase the clicks on your car where it looks its best. Try not to use photos from different days. I know we all collect photos of our cars over the years, but when you show photos from different days, it doesn't give an accurate, up-to-date view of the car, as things might have happened over the years and months you've taken the photos. So take all your photos in one day with the same wheels on the car. Use the most accurate images of what the car will look like when your buyer picks it up after handing over the cash. Make sure your photos are positioned the right way up and are not blurry. If they are blurry or not positioned the right way up, go into your phone and rotate them the right way. If you upload a photo that's on the side, this just shows that you have zero level of care, which then most people who don't have a high level of care might have not cared about the car much, which then lowers the value of the vehicle. So now on to taking the actual photos. If your car's got nice gloss to it and you want it to look glossy, take the photos in a shady area. Here's some examples of what a car looks in a shady area. But if you want that color of your car to pop and the gloss is not that good, consider taking the photos in the direct sunlight. This will make the car look brighter, but also try and do the photos in the early morning or late afternoon, as lighting coming from directly the top of the car is not that flattering when it comes to photography, as top-down lighting is not the best when it comes to making your car look its best. When choosing a location, try and pick a place that doesn't have a busy background. We want the attention to be focused on the car, not rubbish in the background, other cars, rubbish bins, stuff like that. If you want to go to the effort of photoshopping this stuff out, there's many apps that can do this, or you can do it on Photoshop on a computer, but that's for another video. Now for the actual photos. Start at the front of the car, taking a direct front-on view, showing the headlights and the bumper bar. Then move on to the 45-degree angle, showing the front and the side of the vehicle. Then move around to the side and do a direct side-on shot. Then do a side rear shot on a 45, do direct on from the rear, and then work your way around the side doing exactly the same thing. You can also get creative, try some shots that are a bit lower down to give the car a more aggressive look. But if you have a wide angle and a super wide angle shot, try to use the 1x zoom on your phone, not the 0.5 when taking the photos, as this can distort the image. Use the 1x camera for optimal results of the exterior. If your boot and engine bay are clean, open them and take some photos in there. Again, if you can get those boot jams and door jams clean, that's always a plus. But if you can't, then just do the best you can. If your engine bay is clean, pop it open. You can put the camera on wide for this and just hold it up nice and high, taking a downward shot on the engine bay. Don't worry about getting too close, but this just gives the buyers a rough indication of what the engine bay looks like. Now onto the interior. Make sure your sun visors are all up, your seats are at the same recline, and adjust them to be even. Make sure your steering wheel is straight. And if you're having issues with exposure, use your finger to tap on the photo of where you want the lighting to be the best, and the camera will adjust itself. And if you use an iPhone, you can slide the sun dial up and down to brighten and darken the photo and get your desired look. Take some photos of the rear seat as well. Don't be scared to take a lot of shots, because we can always narrow them down later. Once your photos are finished, go through them with a friend, either your mum, your missus, or your ex-missus, and ask them what they think is best and narrow it down to only your favorite ones. Now it's time to get online. Another thing that's just as important as the photos is the description, or the text that goes with your ad. So you can use artificial intelligence such as ChatGPT to help you write your description. If you haven't used this before, you can basically prompt it and say to it, write me a short description about my Ford Falcon, include that it has a blah, 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 blah. Hit enter and it will write you a description. If you don't like it and you want to change something, you can tell it exactly what to do. For example, make it more funny. Hit enter and it will rewrite it. Or you can say things like, write it so a third grader would understand. Click enter and it will do it. Head over to ChatGPT and check that out. Or if you're pretty confident with this yourself, get onto it. But one tip would be, think of it from a buyer's perspective. You might be used to your car and it's normal to you now with all its features and the engine and the power and the color, but someone coming into that car is so excited about it. So think of it from their point of view and try and make it sound exciting. Mention the features. Maybe they haven't had a car with cruise control before. Maybe they haven't had a car with Apple CarPlay or a Bluetooth connection, or that kind of engine or transmission. So just remember how excited you were when you bought the car, because that's going to be the next person again, possibly. Then also, if you want maximum price for your car, consider listing it to all the platforms, as this will increase the views which will increase the chances of you getting a higher offer or a higher quality lead. If you don't have the budget to do so though, list it on the free ones. And also consider listing for a lot higher than you think it's worth, because people are going to negotiate with you and try to get hundreds, if not thousands of dollars off the sale price. So allow room for that, especially after you've gone and put all this effort into detailing the car and making the photos good. You want to make sure you're maximizing your profits. If you're interested in learning more about flipping cars and making money flipping cars, head over to my Instagram and subscribe to this YouTube channel for way more videos coming up soon. Happy selling, guys. I hope this video helps you get thousands of dollars more for your car. Let us know any other tips you have down below or experiences you've had with sellers, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.